Let's see who is going to be bringing this home, because both these teams are, well, actually, Progression is more up against it than LowLandLions is, as they are still undefeated, I'm pretty sure, with one tie. But yeah, both of these teams very, very motivated to pick this up. And let's see how that's going to pan out, with 4 players over towards that B site and the 5th sort of hanging in the balance, holding their backs as they're going to be pushing out from the side now. And the first frag goes the way of Janik. Spinham picks up a return, though, but Wayuzk picks up the second on the side. Side's clear, and suddenly it's 4v3 now. On the retake are these CTs.
Yeah, I mean, wow, LowLandLions just storming on towards that side, and really just one return frag. I don't think it's going to be enough. Maybe Don can do something for that position, but he's going to be beholden by Fasher, and Janik will take out Convict as well. Kai's King with the last one onto Primor. That is a great pistol round from LowLandLions. And already that fuels their confidence. Janik picking up an AK early on. We'll see what the rest will buy soon. Fasher with the ump. And, well, I think this is what you like to see. 2 AKs, 3 SMGs. This is what you love. And exactly. You may take it away on this one, because I know you like it.
Well, I am, like you say, this is the kind of buy that I like. They have those 2 rifles, like, as the spine of their buy, just to make sure if anything goes poorly, they can recover, and those SMGs to farm some cash. Exactly the way you want it. Kai's King not using either of those, though, as he gets 2 frags with his USP. Primor manages to get 1 dig in return, but loses 2 teammates directly afterwards, and all of a sudden, all we have is Spinham, who gets taken down as well, like Kai's King. So, fairly clean round here for the LowLandLions team, and they didn't actually manage to save. They did manage to save that second rifle. Okay, so good round by them. 3rd rifle being bought up.
I think that was a little bit closer than you'd think, you know, because Kai's King, he had no more bullets in his SMG. That's why he switched to his USPS, and you know, fair enough, he got himself that 2 kills, but you know, it was a bit iffy. But
you're right. I wasn't actually spectating it from his perspective, so all I saw was a kill feed where he got 2 frags with his USPS. But
yeah, it looks like rape from that point of view, from a kill feed. But yeah, it clearly was in the end. But oh well, we're on to this one, and I don't think, you know, any kill should be allowed from Progression. Convict nearly being grenaded down, and well, there's Janik mopping it up.
Some low health players here and there, but in general, like you said, there shouldn't be much going on. And Kai's King with another USP kill actually gets taken down there. And did he only have that USP?
I think he had an AK or either an SMG. I'm not too sure.
Well, no, he didn't have an AK, but I'm not actually sure what he had.
He had
anyway,
an AK the last round, but I think he dropped it for someone.
Maybe he saved an AK, which was bought up by someone else, I think. But anyway, they've got a full buy up right now. I'm pretty sure that, yeah, there we go. The UMP is being switched out. Lewis Ravo on the op, just as well as Config, so that could make some very interesting duels here early on, as we both have them in middle, and no shots are landed there. So middle control still hangs in the balance a little bit. We have Spinham chiming in from short, helping out in the middle there, but a lot of presence around the map from both CT and T, but no kills happening quite yet, with 1.5 minutes left on the clock. Things slowing down a little bit. We got one of the T's rather, Wayu's coming in through the underpass, and with the connector smoked off, that could make for a very, very nice B split here. Smoke going into the sniper's nest as well, but is this going to be a fake, or is he going to hold for rotations there around the connector? I'm not entirely sure, but it does look like they will be going for that B split after all. Just have to make sure that that smoke doesn't fade in the connector while they're walking past, because that could make it a lot more bloody than they'd like, but they're going to go for that B play.
Yeah, now for man being put out of the equation, it's got to be down to Spinham in there on that bomb side, and that position is actually not being checked, but Spinham, he takes a lot of time to take out Janik, and Kai's King will punish him for that, and now a flurry of flags coming in for LowLandLions. It is Don, your last man standing, the unknown soldier, 1 versus 4, and he looks like he's just going to be sticking out there on the CT side, hoping to keep that M4, as we have got those 4 players on the Lions. They're kind of hungry for it, but looks like they are going to stick a little bit disciplined. They don't want to make any sort of gaps for Don to actually clutch this one, but he doesn't have a diffuser, so YO's probably going to be the one looking for Don as he flashes himself. Don will not be flashed at all, and will not. You will take out YO's, but that's going to be the end of that. That is going to be 4-0 as LowLandLions will claim yet another round. A very nice mid to B push. So there it is. Fasher being the MVP for planting the bomb.
Well, fair enough. That is how the game works, and that is how those stars are divided. People have to chime in somehow if they can't manage to get kills, but luckily Fasher doesn't have that problem. He's just doing both, a little bit of everything, and that rifle being saved by the unknown soldier, as you put it, Don, is going to help out in this round, I think, because not anyone else has something useful to work with. And actually, that rifle had an opportunity there, didn't come into play, and 2 headshots being picked up by YU on the entry on the A site, and it looks very likely that this A site is going to be taken here, but actually 1 frag going the way of Ferment. But King trades that out, and these last 2 CTs aren't particularly close. Won't be able to stop this bomb from going down and might not be able to get much done afterwards. Some exit frags could work out well for them. Maybe able to pick up a rifle or 2, but economical damage is probably best case scenario at the moment.
Look at that though. LowLandLions were just pushing towards the CT with a bomb and Fasher landing attack through the smoke onto Spinham. Surely you must have seen him somehow. But he's actually just pre-firing a position and Spinham on 1 HP, the hero. Walks in and will get taken out in the end by King. Konvik will get shut down as well by the man himself. It is 5-0. King leading the board by 9 frags, followed by YO and 6. Fasher on 5, not having died yet. And,
right.
Oh, progression.
Well, they want to come back strong into this with these 2 ops on the CT side, and with 0 to 5 against, they really will need to bring it out. And as you can hear, I might be getting swatted at the moment because there's a lot of sirens in the background, so I'm going to be quiet for a second.
Feels like Grand Theft Auto in the background. But either way, YO and King going to be opening up things nicely as 2 AK frags being put to work. Primer will fall quickly afterwards, courtesy of Fasher. Yeah, Konvik now in a bit of a pickle, and oh man, King just walks right past him. Will get shut down, but that B boom side push will soon commence as 3 players on top of the B apps will drop down. Konvik's gonna hit those players. Come by, will pick up the frag of the Fasher. Nice play from Konvik. The lures Ravo. Oh my god, we'll go down to Konvik as well. Konvik's now on the hat trick. We'll get Molotov up though. 2-on-2, and it's suddenly a very feasible situation for Progression to be able to make this one work. As Janik though will put an end to that one. Konvik now 1 versus 2. Can he go for the ace here? As Janik still on the bomb site. YO is gonna fall back towards short. As Konvik will approach the site. YO gonna go peeking, but can he still find Janik? An extra shot onto YO. That's the 4K, but that's gonna be the end. Janik is gonna be able to save up that op, and it's gonna be 6-0.
Double up wasn't particularly useful there, but Config definitely put his to good use. Managed to pick up 4, but lost it in the 1v1. Unfortunately for him. Good attempt, but are they going to be able to melt this snowball that is starting to grow and grow? As LowLandLions is now on 6-0 on their T side on Mirage, with Progression on an Eco. So 7-0, definitely a very likely scenario, even not even possible, just very, very likely to happen. And middle control slowly being picked up here by LowLandLions. Bomb in middle, actually not something you would see very often, but it allows them all the possibilities in the world. They have 1 member over towards A, 1 member over towards B, and 3 in the middle with the bomb there, so they can literally go wherever they want. If they can probe for a little bit of information and figure out that there's actually 4 CTs on this A site, then it can't be a very difficult choice to make. Bomb does seem like it's headed back towards spawn. Is it going towards B? It is, so that seems like the right call to make, even though they get that entry on the A site. And I don't think they have the information of all the players being there yet.
Yeah, I mean, such a nice read. Fasher, he's like the lurker, and he did manage to pick up 2 kills. King now following up onto Ferment. Lose Ravo, you know, he was in a bit of a dangerous spot for a moment, but he's all fine and dandy right now. And Spinham coming in. Oh my god, that nade just landing right on top of him. Fasher with the 3rd, and it's Konvik, your last man standing. He's actually just behind Fasher, but with just the P250, he's not going to be doing much. 1 versus 5, bomb all the way over at B. This is going to be 7-0. LowLandLions, they're absolutely steamrolling right now over Progression.
Right, and Progression really need to find the answer at some point, because 7 rounds in deficit and not a single one picked up on your CT side not a very good start. And, you know, if they don't manage to put an end to it right here and now, then I wouldn't deem their chances very likely. But,
Exactly.
Luckily, they do have money again. So let's see what they're made of and if they're going to be able to put a halt to this LowLandLions shitstorm that's been coming their way, as Config is again on the op. That worked out pretty well for him last time. Unfortunately, all of his teammates died. But if he can do the same he did last time, then, you know, the rest of his team will have to kill one guy, and that sounds like a good situation for them. He finds the first one and managed to do it, and that's his teammates killing the one guy. So technically, should be fine from here on, as Config can just kill everyone else, right?
Wow. I'm so surprised Janik didn't go down, because Convict could only see the head of Janik, but it was only an attack. I'm like, wow, I don't know, speechless.
Right, well, at least he's not going to be feeling very well throughout the rest of the round and has to play a little bit more passively. So it's a little bit of a win, but not super great. But they do still have a man advantage regardless. And Keisking is holding that angle, picks up the frag on Primor, who was probably not expecting him to be in such an advantageous position. But that sort of leaves the defense split up quite a bit, with one member on all choke points, basically. And the CTs can just, or the Ts rather, can just group up and take them out together, actually, as Keisking picks up the frag on the Spinham on the A side as well. A side is completely clear. We just have Config with his op in jungle, and he's been doing some good work so far, but we're going to need him to step up just this once more if they want to pick up their first round in this half.
And look at that, Convict sneaking up, but oh man, the one pop comes in, Convict with the no-scope. What's going on here? Janik now, your last man standing. He's dropped to 5 HP earlier, courtesy of Convict, but Janik comes in, takes out Convict. The defuse comes in though. Janik, wake up.
Yeah, that was well played by Foment, and obviously props to Config for again stepping up. I said it was necessary, and he made it work, and luckily he had a teammate with him this time to clutch it out. And mind you, that last player was on down to 5 HP. That was actually Config as well, who tagged him up in the beginning of the round, like you pointed out.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, like, what was it? Is it Progression always that team that goes for those, am I just confusing
Crazy
myself?
comebacks? What? What is the team that, what does Progression go for?
The fuse kits and smoke out and just the fuse instantly?
No. I think that was MyQ. MyQ was the one who was doing that. Where's MyQ? We haven't seen him.
Isn't MyQ normally in Progression?
He is.
So,
but that's where Don came in.
There we go.
The unknown soldier. Okay, we figured it out, and it only took us eight and a half round to do so. So that's not that bad. Okay, so yes, it was Progression that did that, but specifically MyQ, and apparently Foment has been taught the ways.
Taught in life. Convict ambushing YOs as we do have a 3-on-3 with Don being butchered by the grenade of Keisking. Now 2-on-2. There is certainly a possibility for Progression to take in this round that they needed, but still Fasher and Lose Rave are still up. Fasher gonna flash in. Oh my God, Convict just takes him out. Behave yourself, Convict with the third. That is 2 rounds now.
Config showing us he doesn't need an op to step up. He's just really, really good with them. But, you know, Rifles works out just as well. Picks up 4 frags, and it's basically been Config against LowLandLions so far. He's been playing spectacular, and let's see if his team will follow in his footsteps, because these 2 rounds are their window of opportunity, as I like to put it, and Progression, or LowLandLions rather, are starting, you know, or Progression is starting to chip away at the bank of LowLandLions, but actually it is LowLandLions with the bank still, and Progression up against it. So they really need to start stringing them together even more if they want to bring this back. And to be honest, I think they will need the 8-7 finish if they want to have a chance into the next half. But so far, everything they are able to get is extra, and LowLandLions has already had a very good half.
Yeah, and it's just going to be down to if LowLandLions, I mean, they've been certainly getting the picks, they've been certainly winning the skirmishes, except when they meet Convict, of course. But yeah, Keisking now is putting a player. This could actually be a very nice bait, because Spinham is just around that corner, and I'm not sure if Kaisking is actually going to check it, but surely Kaisking, the player of that caliber will check it. 16 frags already for him. And there's the first one for Fasher. Again, just from that Palace side, he's always that lurker, just picking up those kills. Wayo's now picking up that bomb, heading towards the B-bomb side. Spin has been taken out as Kaisking did check that spot. Ferment, though, all eyes on you. 5 players just coming towards that B-bomb side, but Kaisking ends it just immediately. And Primer, oh man, both players being flashed off. Primer comes on top. Will get shut down by Janik. 8-2. That is a nightmare situation now for Progression, because LowLandLions, they're just pulling it ahead by a mile.
Yeah, and the lack of money being built up on Progression in the rounds that they won, because they had to rebuy so many rifles, is the reason that right now they're unable to get a proper buy round. Only some pistols and armor against a still full buy and 7k per player on LowLandLions. LowLandLions have won this half already, but it's just a matter of how ridiculous their scoreline is going to get out of hand.
Yeah, and again, with just the pistols, it just doesn't prove to be enough, but Don will... It's just Convict, man. 1 versus 4. Come on, Convict. Nah,
Not
that
this
can
time.
happen. Not against the likes of Fasher.
Not this time, anyway. But Config has been playing consistently well, and is actually the only one in double digits on his team by far. Still with Don and Ferment on 1 frag. Ferment is usually someone you look at to, or at least someone that I would look at to get something done as well, to be right up there with Config.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think it's they do it by turn. Top frag by turn.
Well, they need to do it with more than 1 person if they want to, have a chance against the likes of LowLandLions here.
Just execution style. Man, just absolutely annihilate. There goes Dawn as well, and Primer and Convict. No armor. Flashbang coming in. Primer does slightly dodge it, but it's going to be up against Fashion. Ooh, close. Close, but no cigar. Convict. Nothing. Kaisking will take him out. 10-2.
Yeah. So there's money again on the Progression side. That helps. But, 10-2 for LowLandLions, still with over 10k per player, on average at least. They're definitely buying for every round, like whatever the hell they want. And they have already won the half flat out. Config showing that he is still present in the server, picks up another frag on the Kaisking, who was actually top fragging for the opponents. But considering the half that LowLandLions have already had, and what they still have in terms of, literally cash to rebuy with and still have chances in the future, I am, not all that excited about that 1 frag. But let's see if Progression will be able to pull it back a little bit, as Primor does get a nice aggressive play onto Louis Revo and levels out the playing field a bit more, as he picks up Yannick as well over towards that A ramp. But little does he know, the bomb is over towards that B site, and only Ferment is here with his 1 frag to his name. This is his opportunity, and he does not capitalize, gets taken out. So 4 players left alive for the CTs, but they have to retake now against the likes of Fasher and Wayuz.
Ooh. Fasher could actually have managed to get himself in a good position, but he was gonna get taken out. 1-on-3 Wayos. Not gonna happen. No, Primal will take him out, and it shouldn't have gone any other way, really. Progression, they needed that round. They picked it up 10-3, and still, pretty terrible situation for Progression. They don't have really a lot of money. They should be able to drop those guns as they do now. But again, LowLandLions, they're just super strong.
Dude, I think I figured out how you're supposed to pronounce Wayugs. It's wow. That's definitely where it comes from. Wow. Zeg ik weer.
I don't know, it sounds like some cartoony...
Wow. No, definitely where it comes from. But, wow, very aggressive play there by Spinham, as he pushes into middle, but gets taken down straight away. Man disadvantage for Progression, and there goes the second, as LowLandLions did just lose a round, so they're a little bit agitated, they're a little bit on edge, and they just want to close this out 12-3 and run away with this game. But so far, it doesn't look like Progression have all that much to say about it, but they do still have some members alive with Primorge on short, slowly coming up behind the LowLandLions team. Could have a very big impact as the bomb is now being transported towards that connector. If the timing works out here, this could go very, very nicely. And Primorge does pick up one frag there, and a duel with the second does not get that. And lots of frags going on. In the meantime, Config is left alive versus two remaining LowLandLions players. Let's hope he can pull this off again.
Oh man, Config already had himself a no-scope connected. And now, yeah, again, two players left up alive, Wyos and Kai's King. Kai's King is going to go ahead and plant that bomb. Convict just spotted ahead of Kai's King. There's still some utility in the hands of Kai's King, so a molly as well. That's really going to work in their favor. And surely, LowLandLions, they're not going to be showing themselves against Convict. Wyos actually is, and he will get punished for it. Now it's a 1 versus 1. But no defuse kit for Convict. As he's going to go ahead and tickle that bomb. Kai's King going to go peeking. But
he holds a good angle. Config never got that shot on him.
Yeah.
He doesn't.
Just walks into his spray.
Kai's King like showing that he has caliber as well. Config has been playing very, very well for his team, but unfortunately his team hasn't. And Kai's King is showing that he's also playing very well for his team, even though he's getting a little bit less attention because his team is playing better. So look at this, 11-3 now. LowLandLions, massive advantage. Actually, I was going to say their economy got broken a little bit when I saw Fasher with a Tech 9. Never mind about that, but it looks like they might want to go for relatively quick B play. Kai's King likes to get aggressive here to get that entry. Does spot the first man, but his teammates are close behind. And with the bomb here as well, it makes me think that they're just going to go plowing through onto this B side. They're not scared.
Yeah, like you said. Spin him with just the CZ. I mean, that's just those upgraded pistols. So it is the last round. That's really the only thing they could do. And let's follow up with Kai's King, because he seems to be the top fragger. He seems to be the man to make those entries happening. But the bomb is actually backing up. So Kai's King might be the decoy here. And he will get taken out. Casters curse, I'd say. As Ferment took him out. Lewis Ravo does reply. But Lewis Ravo surely should not continue his push. And leave an open to the hands of potentially Convict. But Convict all the way out on connector.
Well, it is a very dangerous thought, and I'm not sure if the T's have decided what they'll be doing, because Fasher actually opting to get back into the underpass, going for that B play after all, maybe hoping that someone will have rotated off and they think it's a bad fake or something. But Wow manages to pick up Config, and that is the man to look at to clutch this out. If you would still give Progression a chance, it has to come from him, and he's down. So how is the rest of this team going to make this happen?
Well, Spinham certainly tried. He did pick up one frag, but immediately being traded in. Primor is going to get taken out as well by Janik. It's done, your last man standing, as he's got himself the deagle. 1 versus 3. Oh, connects the first one. Beautiful play. Fasher just behind that car, but just around that left corner. Will Dunn check it? Fasher now adjusting his position. Will take out Dunn 12-3. And, well, LowLandLions on the attacking side, on that T side, picking up so many rounds. That is definitely going to count for something. And they might just close it out by winning the pistol round. But we'll see how that one goes.
We will indeed. I don't, like to do predictions, but what's yours?
I think LowLandLions are just going to take this pistol round.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna do my thing and side with the underdog now, because I like LowLandLions and I like what they're doing.
I hope Progression obviously win it, but
thing is, Ferment in this last round has managed to double his frags, so I'm thinking he might be able to do that once or twice more. And if he does that at the right times, then that could be massive, because if he does manage to double his frags once more, then he would not have 2, no, he would have 4. So, yeah. Unfortunate though, because Progression has been a team to watch in previous games. They've always managed to bring it close, but not this time, it seems, so far anyway. But the game is far from over, as we're into the second pistol round now. Progression on the terrorist side with those Glocks. Got a little bit of grenades on 2 of them, and let's see how they're going to be putting those to use, as only one of them is a smoke, so not that much on the execute, but utility does always come in handy.
Yeah, well, LowLandLions definitely spotting that one early on. It was Kaisking to spot those pushes. Spinham will take out Kaisking, and it looks to be very promising for Progression. Fasher, though, coming in with 2 kills. And now it's a 3-on-3. That bomb does go down. And all 3 players, actually from LowLandLions, coming from that kitchen area. And we'll have another 3 from Progression, actually stacked up quite heavily just behind that bench, and Ferment does take out Fasher. Wayos returns, and now Wayos with the second one into Ferment. Lewis Ravo dueling it out with Config. Damn me, Wayos, what's going on there? But Lewis Ravo will take him out, and that is the pistol round 1 by LowLandLions.
That could have exactly gone the way I predicted it if Config would have clutched it. If Config would have made this happen, that would have been my exact prediction, because in case you didn't notice, Ferment doubled his frags again.
At least he got something, right?
Yeah, exactly. So, unfortunately, this time it wasn't on Ferment, it was on Config, but I won't put too much of the blame on him. He is the one that messed up my prediction, but, it's fine. I'll talk to him on lab. Anyway, they are forcing up here. 13-3, not all that much hope, and this eco round could have actually allowed them to buy into the next, which might have been more useful, but they just want to go for it, maybe hoping for some poor artillery on the opposing side. And to be honest, they're not wrong. So how are they going to be able to make this work?
Well, gonna have my eyes straight on Wayos, because he's sitting just in that position to do something, but does land a couple of attacks, but that's going to be about it. Kaisking, though, with the outer shot, can just take out one, lose Ravo and Fasher, leading up to more. Wayos with a 1. And that is another round for LowLandLions, as Convict did go down to Fasher. 14-3, the Fuse come in as well. But a bomb plan for Progression, so that might be just some form of hope.
Well, to be fair, that was my first thought as well. Well, at least they got the bomb down with the smoke that they used. Like, you could see that was sort of their main objective, but considering the heavy investment they did into the round, that bomb plant wasn't enough. That didn't make up for it, and so as you can see, they're on the exact same buy as they were last round. They were going for that win, and they didn't make it work, so now they're in the same situation, and this time not going to go together, going to split up, which, to be honest, with Tech9s, I'm not sure if that's a much better approach, but so far, Fasher showing to be done with this game, wants to just clean it up, and picks up the strongest player on the opposing team. Spinham does manage to, in turn, pick up the formerly strongest player on the opposing team, but yeah, I would definitely favor LowLandLions to sort of make a match point out of this.
Oh man, Spinham in the back takes out Lewis Ravo. 2 shotgun kills already. Love it. Absolutely love it. Don now making his way towards the B's bomb site with that bomb to hand as well. But Janik just sitting around that corner, and now Spinham. Will he be able to find Janik? Slowly creeping his way forward, because he needs to be up close and personal. And he needs to check this corner, which will do exactly. And that's 3 shotgun kills for Spinham. That is absolutely great play. 2-on-2 now. Primer making his way in now. But Fasher out on short. He's posing a bit of threat for Spinham. There's a Primer still with the Tech9 to hand, being tagged up by Spinham himself. Wyo's now finally joining in the fight, joining in the fun. There's Fasher tagging up Spinham quite heavily. Wyo's taking out 2 players. And, well, that is match point for LowLandLions. 15-3.
Cool. So, yeah, Snowball sort of continuing down its path, destroying everything on their way, and, well, another sort of buy round on the Progression side. 3rd force up in a row. And let's see if they're going to be able to make this one work, because this time at least there are some rifles in there with an AK and a Galil, and I would like to see one of those, preferably the AK in Config's hands. Is that too much to ask?
I don't know, maybe Config prefers that Tech9.
Maybe he does.
Push is going to come in though, and let's see how the defense of LowLandLions is going to be holding off. Seems to be going all well. Lots of flashbangs coming in, and so far Progression has been truly holding. Wayos, let's go down. Fasher takes out Prime, or Kaisking follows up, but both of them are gonna fall to the Tech9s and the AK of Spinham. And now it's 2-on-3. Janik and Lewis Ravo, can they close this game out right now? That bomb being dropped in the open. Lewis Ravo, he does have an opportunity to make sure this is not going to be a possibility for progression, but Dom does pick up that bomb. He was already on that bomb side, remember. Janik now from CT. Tagged up by Spinner. Gonna have to be a little bit careful here. Janik waiting for that smoke to disappear. Oh man, Janik just tags up Don and takes him out as well. 2-2 now with the Convict decides to go in. And we'll pick up the frag and lose Ravo. Challenge a little bit slow up there, but I'll pick up Convict, but spin him in the end. We'll close it out 15-4. And feels like another triple play esports versus the Untouchables. But they just kind of hang on in there for a little
Yeah,
while.
well, let's see how long they'll be able to hang on in there because actually the money on LowLandLions is very, poor. So if they manage to pick up this round as well, which considering the artillery they have and the force up that LowLandLions is already in, shouldn't be too difficult. And from that point on, it's just taking it round by round. It's going to be a few buy rounds with a lot of ecos that you get for free for the first few, but after that it's going to get a little more tough. But it can be done. It's been done before.
Oh man, Fasher opening up things nicely, will get punished though by Convict. Flyos with the fragment man going tip for tap, but Lewis Ravo, wow, coming in with the one pop. The Primer ends things quickly, taking out 2 of those players. Lewis Ravo will die as well. Primer with the third, 15-5. 15-5.
15-5, and yeah, Primer also waking up a little bit more, picks up 3 there. Doesn't feel like losing to a force buy, which I can sort of understand. So another very light buy on the LowLandLions side. Some pistols, a little bit of Kevlar on Wang, but not for the rest. And 4 of them on the A side actually looking like they want to go a little bit more aggressive to get that information. And it's actually config on the other side there. So definitely will pick up frags, but not all of them. Picks up 2 and then goes down, which I think is a fair trade for a free op. So Kaisking now on the op. See if he can make that work, utilize that, and maybe win the round with it, or just hang on to it and keep that as a little ace up his sleeve for the next round.
Yeah, and actually, Progression now making their way towards B, and Lewis Ravo with the Deagle had a lot of potential and will land that Deagle shot initially. That spin him down and out. 3-on-3. Still favoring Progression, but big tag coming out from Fasher as he dropped Primer to 7 HP. Lewis Ravo with that Deagle takes out for man. That is absolutely insane play.
Wow.
Lewis Ravo with the third to close out the game. 16-5. LowLandLions winning this one very easily.